Good morning, everybody, and welcome in to another episode of Project Joy Live. It's your triple shot of good vibes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at this 9 a.m. Eastern time hour. And this is our final week before our mid-season finale on Friday. And then we get to have a little bit of a time off this year. This is the first time I think I've scheduled a good summer break going on, and so I'm looking forward to it a little bit because I was just saying before the show I have a lot of what do you say, something in the fire. I was saying pots in the fire, but I don't think that's right. I certainly don't want to say hands in the fire because I don't want to be burned. So I'm trying to think of who knows what the correct saying is here. Forks in the fire. I don't know. I have a lot of things in the fire. Maybe I just shouldn't refer to fire. I don't know. Now I'm down the rabbit hole about that. But at any rate, I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. Always a thrill to be here with you. And on today's show, I have Teresa Warren here, who hosted the show Spirit Sessions for 9 seasons, you guys. 9 seasons. And they just had their series finale a couple weeks ago, and so we're going to do a little reflection today, and we're also at that halfway point of the year, and so we're going to revisit what our word of the year was that we chose back in December and see how we're doing. So if you chose a word of the year, or if you chose a goal for the year, a resolution for the year, whatever your vibe is, we're going to recheck in on that here in just a few minutes. So stay tuned for that. Let me know where you're joining from, of course, and what is bringing you joy today. And I had a joy-filled weekend. As much as I could. I was experiencing a lot of physical pain, a lot of, discomfort in general over the weekend. However, yesterday, of course, was Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there and everybody that was celebrating. But it was also a big day for us because it's also our 2 youngest daughters' birthdays. So for anybody that doesn't know the story, on yesterday, 10 years ago, my youngest daughter was born on my second youngest daughter's birthday. So, on her second birthday. And so I will never actually forget that because, I mean, hello, they share a birthday. It's hard to forget. But from a very like visceral standpoint, it's an interesting memory because I was Leah, my youngest, who you guys have met through this show. She was like almost 3 weeks late. Um, so when I tell you I was pregnant, I was pregnant. Okay. Like I was pregnant and I was miserable. Okay. I want you to think about June in like late June in the longest day of the year, by the way, in Alabama. Okay. So I was pregnant and miserable and late and all of those things. And so June 21st comes rolling along and it's Jaslyn's second birthday. And I get up in the morning and of course I'm exhausted. And we had her come into the bed and we're like opening gifts because I was not going anywhere. I promise you that. And at the time we lived in a condo that had stairs. That's all I'll say. And so I was not moving from the bed, but and so my husband goes to the store. My husband never forgets his phone. Well, don't you know that he forgot his phone that day? And we're sitting in the bed and I'm like starting to get really uncomfortable. And I'm like, something is not right here. and so finally he gets back home and I'm like basically waiting by the door, like, we have to go. We have to go because I'm having this baby today. And so luckily my mom was in town and she stayed with the kids and we went. And at the time I was seeing a doctor in Atlanta, Georgia, which was about an hour 45 or so from us. Now, mind you, I had never had like a natural birth prior. In fact, the birth that I had with Jaslyn 2 years before that was an emergency C-section. So, like, I didn't. Anyway, we didn't make it. We didn't make it to Atlanta. We're at like some random hospital along the highway, and stopped there, and Leah was born in like 40 minutes after that. Like, it was so fast, completely like no drugs, no nothing, VBAC. Like, it was a whole process. So anyway, needless to say, it was unforgettable. And that's, my friend, when the baby shop closed. That was that was enough for me. So, at any rate, we celebrated Leah and Jazzy's 10th and 12th birthdays yesterday, as well as Father's Day. Took them to get their first manicures in a salon. And so they went and, they got their little hand massage and their nails painted and all of that, and took them out to get something to eat and for lunch. And then we grilled in the evening, did some gifts and all that. And so it was a good day. It was a good day. And it wasn't too hot. So I'll take that. Miss Sang D's out there. Happy Monday. She says it is time for a shot of joy. Okay. If you haven't had your shot already this morning, it's time for it today. Good to have you here. Too many irons in the fire. Is that what it is? Because I could not brain that this morning. Could not think of it to save my life. And so thank you. I do. I say, but I say that in the knowing that I don't think I ever don't have too many irons in the fire. So I'll just leave it at that. We're going to take a super quick break. And when we come back, like magic, Teresa Warren will be on the screen, and we'll be right back after this.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live, and please welcome back to the screen for 9 seasons. She hosted Spirit Sessions of the View of the Light. Teresa Warren is back. Welcome back, Teresa.
Woo woo. Thank you, Jessica. And what a weekend you had, though. But I know it had to have been amazing.
It was good. It was good. I could probably use a nap today, but it is a Monday, so I probably won't get it. So that's just silly to think about. And you had a busy week too because you were doing some house sitting and and I
Yes.
know you're happy to be back home though.
Well, I really am. It was fun. The house sitting is fun because it's for my oldest son and his
Hmm.
family, and they take off on a vacation to the coast, and the animals need us. So there's one Rottweiler, one pit bull, and a kitty and a fish. So it's fun. My cat's left at home because it won't get along. So every couple days I have to drive back, and so that kind of cuts into my. I mean, kudos to all the people out there who drive all the time, but it
Yeah.
stresses me out, and I'm like, I had to drive
Yeah.
today like a baby, you know. And but the days I get to stay there, and there was a pool, and I saw the Starlink in the sky when I woke up in the middle of the night, you know, and yeah, I had some good replenishing time, and it gives you a break from who you are in this everyday rut, kind of, if you call it that.
Yeah.
And to come back home, it's like, well, that good feeling I had, how can I extend that to here? Or, you know, because, oh my God, Jessica, the word for today, this is something I've been working on.
Yeah.
My Sanskrit word of the day fits your song,
Oh.
and it fits the moment because this also came up while I was there. Yeah, I make it myself. And so I'll read it. It's called Ananda, and it's bliss, deep joy, inner delight. And it says, where is joy already waiting for me? Where is it waiting for my attention
Mm.
today? You know, joy's right there. And then where can I allow myself to experience joy without earning it?
Mm.
I don't have to earn it. I could just sit there and be happy as, well, I
Yeah.
won't say that one, but I could just be blissfully happy as can be.
Yeah.
This is what I had while I was staying there. I got to realize, because I'm out of my comfort zone, right? I got to learn that, you know what, my comfort zone is really always with me wherever I go. And it's not connected to just my home where I naturally feel in my comfort. It's a feeling. Yeah, I have to practice working it out, but that's
Yeah.
what I come to learn. So yeah. Woo.
I love that so much. And it's the lyrics of our intro say joy
Yes.
is now, joy is here. And that ties into when I wrote those lyrics, it tied very much into the joy is who you are. Like it has to be because if our joy is dependent on outside circumstances, we are not guaranteed joy. And I think that if we can tap into what's inside of us and make it like you're saying a practice, it's not, you're not going to like arrive at this knowing that joy is now, joy is here, and then forever joy will be now and here. No, it is a practice every moment of every day, and like every other practice, sometimes we get tired, and sometimes it's hard. And sometimes outside circumstances do make it more challenging to go back within, right? And so I never want to pretend on this show like that whole joy is now, joy is here is like this really easy thing. That sometimes it really is a practice we have to put our whole self into.
Yeah, it's true. On my vacation, I also found a shadow of mine that now that I see it, it
Oh,
really helps. So it was really cool. I was in a conversation with my middle son, and and he's got some views, and you know, I don't have strong views like some of our friends. Okay, I try
yeah.
to not, because this is what happens to me. So my son has a strong views, and I'm trying to explain something to him, and there's no way I'm going to get any understanding. And that's the key word. I somehow equate somebody understanding me with love. Okay, they can accept me if they understand me. They can love, I can be, it's good for me. I have that and a couple more pounded on top of it that came from early, even before he was born. And so here I am, and he's catching my think he's mom. I feel like when I try to talk to you, and I know he's doing nothing wrong because he's just sharing his opinion or the strong dominant male views of things.
Yeah.
It, that's his path. Okay. That's works with his buddies at work and everything. It's not for me to call it wrong just because I'm over here feeling different. But the truth is, it's not the right or wrong thing. The issue was not that. The issue was whether I feel understood or not. And so I have to work with that. The understanding doesn't mean all those things that I seem to think it does, or vice versa. Love doesn't mean somebody, or the truth, somebody cannot understand me and still love me. That's what. So, woohoo.
I think I have that same one, first of all, because I'm just sitting here like, oh, ouch. That's not fun at all. And I had the same thing actually happen this weekend. Two of my children have a pretty strong view about something. And in my case, I would call what I have a pretty middle of the road sort of view of it. Like I understand where they're coming from, but I also I think it's a little too strong. Like I'm just like, why do we have to go down that rabbit hole anyway? But I realized for me another part of it is if the strong view that they hold, especially my children, who I admit it's nice when your children approve of you, like who you are, right? And so their strong opinion goes, uh it touches on something that I do. And so it feels like when they're saying they don't like the thing, it feels like they're saying they don't like me. Like that it's me, right? And so I was sitting with that I also myself this weekend. And so it's hard. It's hard because a lot of people will be quick to put a label on it. You and I have heard people talking about being a people pleaser often and often, but this case really isn't about people pleasing. It's about sort of approval, like approval from your children, approval from the people that you love the most. And it's a lot. It's a lot. Saying, yes, my daughter complimented my outfit the other day and I was super tickled on the inside. It means a lot, right? So of course, if they say something that, like, let's say she said your outfit is crap, like, right? Like that doesn't feel good, especially from somebody that you care about. So yeah, we'll just sit with that and marinate on that for a little while. In other news, I want to get to our topic today. So I mentioned, of course, that you were the host of Spirit Sessions, A View of the Light, for 9 seasons. And that just aired the last episode on June 7th. How have you been feeling since that time? Like, take us back to like how it felt in the moment to record that last episode versus maybe how you're feeling right now.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Okay.
We're going to get right into
how
it.
I felt during that last episode was I just wanted to get through it already so bad. Okay. I was not comfortable. I wish I didn't schedule it so far out. It's like, it's done already. It's done. It's done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like that. But then, of course, when it starts and you're there with Rhonda and everybody, the whole feeling comes, and the beauty part, that the part that I came to love so much. And then I got to listening to the people and hearing their genuine sadness. It's like, whoa, I wasn't really expecting, I thought it was just me going through all this or whatever. So see, I'm glad I thank you for the question. But yeah, I got to see how other people were feeling about it because I wanted it to be a good ending. Hey, we had a good run here and let's go. And since then, it's like, what's it like? Well, first of all, every Sunday comes around and it's like, ooh, it's neat to have a day off again. But it's like, Teresa, it's not a day off again. This is it. And so it's like, okay, I just can't. I feel like I'm having a day off and I can't shift quite into the other. And the next thing is, yeah, there's some true boredom that set in for a minute. I'm playing with it and I'm keeping myself busy doing a million things. You know how we are. But but there's a certain kind of boredom there. And I thought, oh, I want to check that out because why would I just be bored now? Now it's a gift of having my time given back to me, right? But no. And then I still see people and I think, ooh, they would be a fun guest. Or, ah, ah.
I'm so glad you're talking about this because I think about, you know, the breakthrough shows had been around, just about as long as spirit sessions. And so I over the years, there have been times when I've thought about, ending my shows and things like that. And then like I've thought about those moments without them even happening. Like what'll it be like to if I don't have a show, but I think like, oh, they would be an amazing guest. Like, oh, well, on what? On what? Because I don't have anything. But yeah, like I think one like giving yourself permission to have a day off is a new thing. It's challenging. And then also getting back finding a new rhythm for yourself that is Teresa focused and not
Yeah.
spirit sessions focused is a new thing, right?
So I turn my Sundays into self-care, self-love Sundays for myself, where I could still work, I could still do anything I want, but basically the focus of the day is returning to who I am now.
Mm.
Because spirit sessions, we did grow up a lot during that. When we started out, the big thing was I couldn't stand seeing my face on the screen. So I would put these sticky notes actually all over the screen so that I didn't have to see me. But then it kind of left out. I couldn't really see everybody else's good either. And so I had to learn how to do that.
Oh my word. I had no idea you did that.
Yeah, I had a hard time because it's like distracting. Like, oh, why? Look at that hair right there. Oh no, oh man.
Yes.
It's like, and nothing could be right. And so it's like, so I just covered it all up. And eventually, the truth, like everybody tells you, sometimes your message is more important than all these things you worry about. And it got to that because we started having the guests, which was great, but it was also made us lazy on ourselves because we didn't present the things that we did and stuff because we're always looking forward to the next guest, which was fun too. So there's two sides, and once we started having the guest on, well, then now we get to throw it all over to them. And then we're just there to keep the conversation moving and stuff. Right. And so we met so many awesome people. And, just the screen time is one thing, but beforehand and after, I mean, Diana Cooper personally pulled me a card without me even asking. She's just sitting right there shuffling and then pulls out a dragon card I was way familiar with. And so it's like, oh my God, I'm dying over here, or, living. I don't want to say, so many, many wonderful things happen. So we are not the same. We are not. And I still want to say Rhonda carried a lot because I went through a lot of depression and a lot of anxiety during all those years that I had the false belief like, oh, I know Reiki now. I can cure all this stuff. I'm never going to be depressed. Okay. Well, guess what? There's skills that need to be practiced more than believing I've got the healing and stuff. And so it's been a fun journey, but Rhonda carried it a lot. And I appreciate that and stuff. Yeah. But we have fun, man.
Yeah. And I got a lovely message from Rhonda a couple days ago. I meant to tell you. She was really lovely, just saying thank you for the support that we've shared over the last few, since the beginning, really. I mean, you haven't been with the network since the beginning, but we've been connected for a really long time. And so it really has. It's been a journey. I'm certainly not the same person that I was back at the start of all of this. And so I know that it's been a similar thing for you all as well. What would you say is your biggest lesson that you learned? Maybe twofold. One, about the world or others, and then two, with yourself.
Okay, well, this is probably going to sound funny. What I learned most is that actually I'm still learning it, that it's really okay to be me. And when we have a new guest and they're okay being them, that gives me more permission to be okay to be me. And so I watch how they live in their selves and things, and you guys and all my friends. And so I see, okay, everybody's okay, and it makes me feel like it's okay to be okay too. And so, we do woo woo stuff, and not everybody's into the woo woo, but guess what? We have family out here, and it's okay. We do have friends, and we do have people that understand us. You know how important that is to me.
Yeah.
So I guess the lessons that I learned, the most important, were all about me and the world, the people in the world, how they react to things and how they act. And I was like, oh, okay, I could act like that too. Where I grew up, I wasn't allowed to act freely. And so that's why it's neat to come back to this. And then the show, people who were professionals or way up in the fields, and here we are talking to them, and like friends, like, oh yeah, because sometimes before the show you could talk about the cats and the things, or you know what I mean, normal things. And it's like, I'm so happy I'm alive. I'm so happy to be here and to share all of this. So those are what I learned, that it's okay to be me, and I'm proud of everybody for being themselves too.
Right. Right. Well, I think from my perspective as well, having other shows on the network like Spirit Sessions that I may be on every now and then, but it's not my gig, it's not my production. You do see, and so it's similar as having like a guest on where people are going to have their views that they have. My hosts that come on and have shows, like, they're not always going to have a show that I agree with, that I understand, that I even
Oh yeah.
appreciate, any of that. But um it really works your muscle of being able to hold it, hold space for somebody else's thoughts, beliefs, opinions, and not feel like you're losing yourself in the process, right? Like, you can you're not, there's so many people that use that word safety or feeling safe a lot lately, where they say that they, you know, they're in a room with other people who don't have the same beliefs, and then they say, I don't feel safe. But that, just like joy that we talked about, some of that safety has to come from within you. And you have to learn to be good and work that muscle of, like, everybody else in the room might be saying something you don't understand, or they might be saying something you don't believe in, or that it feels like they're against you, but it's not. That's your own stuff
Yeah.
saying, like, hey, you have a choice in this moment. You can just listen and hold space for what's going on and hang on to your beliefs, or you can listen and be like, hmm, maybe there's something to consider here. But you get the choice.
Yeah, that brings us to our word of the year, which mine was
Yeah.
being open hearted.
Ah.
So, see, open hearted gives me, so that's why I'm learning all of this. Okay,
Yeah.
now, and boom, there it goes. But anyway, the being open hearted in the situations means you're just okay with what is. As you're listening, you're not over there, like this so much. Although you might feel it a little bit, you kind of get past that, because open hearted, there's curiosity here. There's other things besides worrying about whether I feel safe or not, because I know that I'm safe. So I'm going to go ahead and feel free to come out of my heart now, and live from there. So that's kind of
Yeah.
how I try.
Yeah. I love that. Open hearted was your word of the year. Have you intentionally revisited the word throughout the, like, year so far, or have you just been kind of like going along and now you're processing it?
Well, I do, because even like right now, when I was thinking about the things that I'm learning right now, I'm still learning them because I was open-hearted to learning them. In the situation with my son, my normal reaction is this is happening, and I would shut off, and then there'd be an argument. But it's like, no, my heart's open and I don't want this, and I held on until it cleared. I mean, my feet were blowing and I was hanging on, but it was cool, and I didn't lose it so much too. And there was one more thing I was going to share that I was pretty excited about, but I forgot it.
It's okay. It'll come back. It'll come back. Good morning, Miss Rhonda. Good to see you today. Saying her word is sovereignty, particular emotional sovereignty. So let us know how you feel you've been doing with your words so far, saying. Mine was interesting. Last year, I chose Cynosure, which was about like direction, North Star. So this year, I chose the word presence. And I really spent a lot of last year kind of like aligning with my North Star, like my focus points. And I wrote in my blog, I began to notice a pattern. Even when I knew where I was headed, I often forgot to be where I was. So that's why I chose presence, because it was like I tend to be in more of a visionary space. So I see it. I'm making every action I make is towards that space, and I'm missing sort of what's going on right now. And it can be really hard for me to be present because of a lot of the physical things that I deal with that I've shared about on this show. It can be really hard to. Who wants to be present with pain?
I know.
Or, anxiety or depression or sadness or any of the yucky? Who wants to sit in that? Like, I don't know anybody that's like, oh, I just can't wait to be depressed today. That sounds like so much fun. And so so choosing the word presence has been really, really challenging for me so far, because it has been a really tough year for me physically so far. And then also emotionally, like I had all this vision. Now I'm sitting in it and it's like, oh, some of this I don't really like. So I wrote this, and I'm still really working on these things. I am trying, but it has been challenging for me. I wrote, this year I'm choosing presence, not performance, not perfection, not planning 5 steps ahead, just presence. I want to feel my feet on the floor when I get up in the morning. I want to fully taste the cup of tea in my hand instead of gulping it down on the way to something else. Yes. I want to really listen when someone is speaking to me. I want to give my attention to now instead of what could go wrong next. And I said, more than anything, I want to give myself the power of stillness, the truth that the most sacred things in life don't happen in the rush, but in the pause. And so I'm sitting with that. And it's hard. It really has been really, really, really difficult for me. But I think I've set myself up with a few things. So like sometimes even during the shows, because you're trying to focus on what the guest is saying, but you're like, okay, what segment is next? What am I supposed to do next on the show? Right. And so sometimes it's hard even in the shows to be completely present. But one of the things I did was I put like little fidgets around my computer area. So I have things that I can like fuss with in my hands so that I can focus in. If I have something to just mess with, I can be like, okay, I'm here. This is good. And I feel my feet. I have this little furry foot thing under my feet that my son got me that I'll like rub my feet on during the show because it helps me be like, okay, you're here. You're in your body. Pay attention.
Yeah, it matters though, doesn't it? I love it.
Yeah. Good morning, Brittany. Good to see you today. And Rhonda said acceptance.
So I see something about all of our words I wanted to point out. Okay. Yeah. So, okay, your word presence. The only way I can be open hearted when I need to be is to be fully present. And then sayings about like emotional sovereignty. Well, the only way you could also be fully open hearted is by coming to some emotional sovereignty, or else you're just flipping out of your heart, out of your hoop, and just being all emotional. So there's a certain amount. So it requires the presence, and it requires the sovereignty to even be able to be open hearted, and then the acceptance. When you're coming from that space of acceptance, there you are. You're in your hoop now. You're in your spot to do all that. So I love our words and what we create with them. Let's keep doing that.
They all tie together. They all tie together really well. And I know another person that had come to the Word of the Year workshop back in December chose recoupment. Recoupment was an interesting word as well. Sometimes, like, it's about re-tapping into who you know you are, what you know you have going on, also in this process. So it's good. It's a good thing. So we are going to take a super quick break, and when we come back, we're going to have some final thoughts about our topic today, and also we have birthdays to do. So we'll be right back after this.
I shall stand for love, even with a broken soul, even with a heavy heart. I shall stand for love, for the world is wounded, not just my little piece of land, where I am mostly safe, where I am mostly well, but our world, everywhere, every day. I shall stand for love, because we need more light, not more death, not more power, not more bombs. I shall stand for love, so that our children are safe, so that our friends are sheltered, so that our borders are open. I shall stand for love, even with a broken soul, even with a heavy heart.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live, and thank you for standing for love with us as always. Okay, so we are halfway through 2026. This is a big question, but we're gonna both do our best to answer it for ourselves, and we'd love to hear you answer it in the comments. Are you becoming who you hoped? Are you becoming who you hoped?
Yes, and more. And more than I expected, and it's freaking me out. It's like, wow, couldn't I done this when I was 30, not 61? You know what I mean? It's like, man, I got so much energy for so many lifetimes right now. I was like, got to keep up with myself. Yeah, I'm excited. Woot woot. I hung on to that horse, that horse this year, that fire horse.
Fire horse. Oh my gosh.
I hung on. I became one with the fire horse.
Me and the fire horse are going to have a conversation when this year is done. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's okay, so am I becoming who I hoped? I think emphasis on the becoming, emphasis on the becoming. Yeah. I think who I hoped, I don't know about who I hoped. I think I'm becoming who I'm supposed to be in this moment. I don't know that anything is how I picture it to be frank with you, because I am such a dreamer, and I recognize that about myself. And my journey has been very dependent on learning how to not be attached to the vision. It's good to dream and vision and be, dream like, but it's also good to not get so attached that you have a whole tantrum when it doesn't come out how you pictured it to be. And so I think I'm becoming who I'm supposed to be, and every day I work really hard at not trying to have the attachments to the hoped part,
Right.
and allowing myself to just be, and that part is challenging for me. So I'll
Yeah.
go with that. I'll go
Yeah.
with that.
But when I look at you and seeing where you've risen to your challenges this year and stuff and all the things, I mean, I know there's like, I see one fourth of Jessica, and then there's two, how many other three-fourths beyond all that going on behind the scenes that is just so wild. And and you have with presence and integrity, man, you have championed so much this year. And so to me, when I look at you, you've become the woman, not that I expected, but that like, wow, look at Jessica go. So I don't know what you call that, but it's like, wow, you did it all kinds of times. Any of us could crumble and get out, okay? And really, we can back away from this any minute we want.
Yeah.
But there's something different to remaining present, even though it's hurting so bad, okay? And you're admirable, and I love it. So I see you coming through this year beautifully.
I appreciate you so very much. And I listen, when I tell you guys, Teresa is the start of almost my everyday. Well, and I will say every day because even if I don't see her, I still think about her in the morning because we have been doing the gym for over what 700 days now. We're
Yes,
over
yes.
700 days, and so we go to the virtual gym and we do the poem in the morning. And so um it really, like, I can't even tell you how many mornings I have woken up out of those 700 days where I just didn't want to didn't want to whatever. And it's just so nice to have you there in the morning and with that immediate check-in. And I'm like, okay, Teresa's up. I need to get up because she's been up way longer than me. So I'm need to get up right now. So I appreciate that. Saying it's an absolute fascinating adventure, and every day my emotional sovereignty is stronger and stronger, and it is magical.
Woo, 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 woo.
You're so good. All right, Teresa, it's time for birthdays. Are you ready for it?
Let's do it.
Do it.
Happy birthday to you.
All right. In the world of celebrity today, actress Meryl Streep is 77 years old today, everybody. Yeah. And also in the 70s club, singer Cyndi Lauper is 73 today. 73. Holy cow. Actor Donald Faison is 52. You might recognize him from the movie Clueless, the show Scrubs. He's an amazing actor. Carson Daly, 53 years old today. Happy birthday, Carson Daly. Chris Christopherson, that passed away in 2024, had a birthday today. He's an incredible performer, and loved seeing him. What is the movie? It had Dolly Parton and Queen Latifah. I think it's Make a Joyful Noise.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
so have you seen that one
No,
about the
no.
choir? Oh my gosh, it's so good. Such a good movie. He was in that for a minute. Celebrities in my life, the incredible Brett Weiss has a birthday today. Who is Brett Weiss? Well, we have talked about often on the show the Weiss Scholarship Foundation.
Yes.
And they take care of education in the world of in Dago, Kenya, but they've changed their name to Ascend Kenya. So it's not the Weiss Scholarship Foundation anymore, but same work. And so I really want to wish Brett Weiss a happy, happy, happy birthday. And thank you again for all of the work that you do in the world to help children get an education. We love that. So, all right. Any birthdays you're celebrating today, Teresa?
Nope. Nope.
All right, everybody, here we go. Let's get our. Oh, and I have to add in, of course, I have to add in Ollie, who had a birthday yesterday.
Yes, yesterday.
Ollie G, and also my girls, Jaslyn and Leah. Well,
You know, if we add in saying, even if it's not her birthday, that means we get to have chocolate cake today.
oh,
Should
is that
we?
what it? We could. Well, I think we should have cake regardless.
Anyway,
Like,
okay, all right.
okay, here we go. Happy birthday to you.
Woo, woo,
Happy birthday to you.
woo, woo.
Happy birthday, dear Meryl Streep, Cyndi Lauper, Donald Faison, Carson Daly, Chris Christopherson, Brett, Ollie, Jocelyn, and Leah. Happy birthday to
Woo,
you.
woo, woo.
Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating. We hope you have an absolutely incredible day. And Zhang says it's my birthday every day. Every day. Why not? Why not? Also, I didn't even mention this before, but it cracked me up. So we made a song for my husband for Father's Day yesterday. And when I tell you, I had to run to the bathroom. I laughed so hard. I had to run to the. It was hilarious. But I have video now of my husband, dancing to his song in the car, and it's quite hysterical. So there may be something we'll have to show on the show eventually. But it was good. It was good. Any final words for the people today, Teresa?
You guys, we got half a year to go. Let's do it. Let's pull together. Let's love each other unconditionally, and let's do this. Woo, woo.
Let's do it. Yes. Do you have anything that because I know that you've been doing some little tinkering of things in Teresa World. Is there anything you can spoil for us? Anything you can give us a little?
The only true spoil that I actually have scheduled with you is a healing circle coming up in November, which we've extended to a healing retreat kind of thing. And it's going to be fun. I would also like to pitch some kind of an art thing this summer for the kids being out of school and art time. I don't know. And yes, I'm still putting together those solid gold memories, because you know what? It doesn't have to be about just my memories, which there's only so many of them. And then it's only Teresa memory, but other people have cool concert and things and events. So I think it could be expanded to just be a live show thing that, where everybody does that. And then, I'm working on my storytelling skills. Look out.
Uh-oh. Here we go, everybody.
Coming up with my own system too. Yeah.
Nice. Super exciting. And I know that it is a lot to end a show or to end anything that we're doing. Like, it really is such a journey, a process. And I just commend you on, first of all, 9 amazing seasons of a show that had such incredible guests and topics and encouraged people to explore things that even sometime may have made them a little uncomfortable. It may have been outside of their comfort zone. And so you did a fantastic job with that show. And what I'm watching you do now of really exploring who Teresa is and what is it you want to do now. The sky is the limit. And I look forward to seeing what you're doing, Teresa.
Thank you for all your love and support and the understanding that's still so important to me. Thank you, Jessica.
Absolutely. Coming up on the Breakthrough Show Network this week, we do have co-working this afternoon, 12:55 p.m. Eastern Time, as well as Friday, 9:55 a.m. Eastern Time. And I'll be back Wednesday on this show at 9 a.m. Eastern, of course, with Olivia Ambani. And then Friday is our mid-season finale. Excited to see who will be on the show with us for that. And we will celebrate the first half of the season of Project Joy and look forward to, not too much so, because we're trying to be present, but we will look forward a little bit to what to expect come the fall time when we're back in August as well. So looking forward to that. And I encourage you guys to also jump in Thursday night, 6 to 8 p.m. Brittany has craft circle as well. So come and join her for that. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. This is Teresa Warren, and we want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day. And we will see you next time. Bye, everybody. Thanks, Teresa.
Bye-bye. Thank you.